Well, isn't it interesting? So far, the cards seem to be coming out in pairs of opposites, even though they're picked at random and not picked. They're actually just coming out in this order, it seems like. And they're not normal opposites, they're quite obscure opposites, and so I wouldn't have thought the last card was called the Insane, and now we've got Work on What Has Been Spoiled. And this is an amazing opposite to the other one. I wouldn't have been able to, unless it came out now as it is, I wouldn't have been able to see that this is the opposite of the last one. Because Work on What Has Been Spoiled is actually the origin of this teaching. It's coming from the I Ching. And what you do is, first of all, you have to find the place where you belong. You find yourself in the place where you belong. Okay, so here you find, okay, I belong here. Now what you do? And the thing that you do when you find yourself in the place that you belong is you work on what has been spoiled. Okay, so you make good. The Garden of Eden, yeah, you fix it up. You burn the dead wood. You pick up the leaves that's growing where the mushrooms are supposed to grow, and I assure you, if you pick the leaves up off the mossy areas of the forest where the mushrooms grow, the next day you come along, boom, there'll be mushrooms to eat. I kid you not. Work on what has been spoiled, and you'll get an instant karma. Okay. Now, when you find yourself in a place where you belong, that's where God wants you to be, then your hands move, your body and your hands move as God wants them to move. Now, God may just want you to relax and lie down and have a rest, drink a cup of coffee because you've been a traveller, yeah? You've been travelling. At some point you'll decide to get up and work on what has been spoiled. And so, this is the most productive place you can find yourself in, doing this. It's a productive thing. Most productive thing that you can do is to work on what has been spoiled, because it's God's business. You know, that's what God does when God finds himself in a place where God belongs. Okay. Now, for a demonic person on the pathway of damnation to grab one of the saved and lock them up and put them in the insane asylum so they can't do anything except what their will is finished. They can't obey the will of God anymore. The will of God has been excluded from them. They're not in the place where they belong, so they certainly can't work on what's been spoiled. All they can do is persist to occupy and do whatever they can to sustain their happiness in a place of incarceration. So it's the exact opposite. There's nothing that they can do that's productive. There'll be no produce of their time in the insane asylum because they're just not allowed to work on what's been spoiled. Yet, it's surprising because you can be taken and put into prison in the insane asylum, if you like, for a week. Just so happens to be that week when the rainstorms came and that if you were living outdoors, you might have been in jeopardy, you know, your life might have been in jeopardy, and somehow because the damnation department also works for God, everything works for God, and so they can come along and get you, arrest you, put you in prison, and you can go and get some food, keep warm, and save you from some terrible storm that's coming. So don't work against the damnation department. Don't work against it, because it may be something good is happening to you. As long as you are virtuous and doing good deeds, working on what has been spoiled. Yeah, I'm doing that now. I'm working on what's been spoiled in the minds of the people. They've lost the pathway to salvation. They're stuck on the pathway of damnation, don't know how to get out of it. My work is to bring them out of it, okay? So that's what I'm working on. It's all I can do is what I'm doing. There's nothing else I can do. that's meaningful. It's what God wants me to do, yeah? I don't do this because I want to do it. I'm a slave of God. God is doing this, not me. I just got to go through the motions. God's picking the cards one after the other, okay? He's put this together with the insane one because it's necessary to understand the similarities and the opposites of what we're looking at. You know? Only the saved can work on what's been spoiled. The damned don't know that they're even spoiling it, yeah? Elon Musk fires a rocket into space. He thinks he's doing a good deed. No! He's polluting the atmosphere, he's wasting the time, he's wasting his life. Yeah, should be working on what's been spoiled inside him. Yet, it's all working for the good of humanity, somehow. You know, this is a mystery of God. And so, we're all doing this without knowing it. And even on the damned pathway, we're doing this because what's been spoiled there is our morality. We've lost our morality. And so God is working on bringing back our morality. And so we're being taught some lessons. We're getting the hard knocks. So that God is working on what's been spoiled. First, God works on what has been spoiled in us. And then we repay God by working on what's been spoiled in the world outside. And we can't do anything in the world outside except mess it up if our brains themselves have been spoiled. Only God can fix those by bringing us onto the pathway of salvation, saving us himself personally, and bringing us back home so that we can be part of the solution and not part of the problem. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick the next card now. I'm not going to do it now because I've had enough today. I think this is enough. I've done enough working on what's been spoiled for one little philosopher for the day. I hope. I hope, because I need to clean up a bit around here. And so I'm going to pick a card and show you how I pick the next card. Now what I'm not doing is I'm not putting this in the pack. I'm putting this now because these are now all numbered. I don't want to pick the same card again. So that goes together with the finished cards, and we've got this pile of cards to get through. So God's given me a big job to do. I hope you are realising that I'm working for you. And I'm not promoting this. I'm not allowed to promote my channel in any way whatsoever. But if you feel called to do that, do what you like. Do what God wants you to do. But it's not my job to... I'm not a salesman of YouTube channels, okay? That's not what I do. What I do is I'm working on what's been spoiled in the minds of the people, okay? I'm putting it down for the future of humanity. I'm not doing it for any one moment in time. This is forever, forever, okay? I hope you understand the importance of it and how privileged you are to be one of the few who are actually getting this in real time as it's happened. You must be very, very special people. Okay, so here we go. We divide the pack, and I don't know which hand is going to move to, that's the rejects. I don't know which hand is going to move. Okay, I'm just going through as you would do the I Ching. Okay, which one? This one, see? It's narrowing it down to one card in the end. In the end there's one card. Okay. Oh. Is that one card? There's only one left. Okay. I like this. I like this answer. I like this answer. Okay. This answer is the Pastures of Plenty. And this is what I had the vision of, which we spoke about today. So all this is related to today. The Pastures of Plenty is the vision of the wonderful place where all the animals, you can see the animals waiting for us there, okay, in the Pastures of Plenty. So this is the end of the divine journey, the journey to salvation, and only the saved, the elect, going to end up in the Pastures of Plenty. Thanks for watching.